Hey, buddy.
Hey, welcome back.
Welcome back. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
yeah.
Appreciate it.
Glad to be here. Thanks.
Yeah.
You're
So what have you
doing-
been up to, dude? What's your movie watching life up to?
Not really that exciting. Pretty depressing because we just watched Longlegs.
Should we get into it?
Let's
get
just
into
jump
it,
right
yeah,
into
what
that
are we gonna
bad
do? We're
boy.
gonna bullshit for.
Longlegs, man.
Yeah.
Haven't felt that uncomfortable since birth.
Right.
Yeah,
And you remember that?
I do.
vividly.
It was
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
It was weird.
It's sticky.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. It was the kind of wet you don't like being.
Yeah.
No towels available.
Yeah. I don't normally like being wet, to be honest, unless I'm in the shower.
Right.
Water parks, not for me.
You're not a fan.
Yeah.
Not a fan.
Not sanitary.
Longlegs.
Long
Fan of that.
Fan of that.
Fan of
You a
that.
fan? How
Not a fan of how it made me feel.
How many schmeckles out of 5 would you give it?
Enough to keep Satan and Nicolas Cage away from me. Whatever the number is, 6 more than that.
6 million more than that?
6 million more. Take them all. Take them all. And the hidden ones that weren't reported. The 20 million from Russia. I don't give a shit. I never want to see that man in my yard.
That's fair.
Great movie.
Great.
A lot of fun. Very eerie. Very
So
unsettling.
eerie,
They did exactly what they needed to do with that one.
It's one of those unsettling movies, man, that
Yeah.
stick with you. Really like drag out the tension, which is
My
favorite.
God.
Like we were talking about earlier, those types of movies that they just feel evil, you know?
Yeah.
Or something's just off, whether it's just the way it's shot,
Absolutely.
you know, the frame, the way it holds on to a subject,
Mm-hmm.
and the music, the way it builds.
Yeah.
Things are just something's not quite right.
Right. Like we spoke about how Hereditary does that,
Yeah.
and a lot of the shots in this one kind of felt that way. It was like
Yeah.
long shots, still shots. They just let you sit in it,
Yeah.
and my eyes are bouncing around
Right.
looking for what they're feeding me.
Mm-hmm.
And unlike Hereditary, this movie just didn't. It just wanted you to feel uncomfortable.
Yeah. It's a vibe.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
It's great though.
I appreciate it. Yeah, very wide shots.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, you can't help but dart around.
Yeah,
See
absolutely.
what's going on. Yeah, very wide shots, very slow zooms, you know.
Yeah.
Felt very like 70s in the way, like those slow,
Mm-hmm.
drawn out zooms were pretty
Yeah.
cool.
I got a big Silence of the Lambs vibe from the movie as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I got a big Silence of the Lambs. Yeah, I mean, thought it was cool. The plot twist was pretty rad.
Mm-hmm.
About like halfway through the movie, I kind of started piecing little bits of it together,
Yeah.
but I didn't really see that, Mom was the helper the whole time. Like that was rad.
I didn't either. But as I'm watching it a second time, because I saw it before you,
Right.
I was thinking, yeah, of course it's the mom. Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, you're you're giving her the benefit of the doubt.
Sure.
Like, no way it's the mom.
Can't be the
But
mom.
it's the mom. Spoiler alert.
It's always the
I'll
mom.
put a spoiler alert right there. Probably should put it earlier. Tell the spoiler and then say spoiler alert.
Right. Oops.
That's how we do things around here.
yeah.
But yeah. I picked up on a lot of things that I did not the first time, naturally.
Would you grab your second time around?
Well, it was towards the beginning. It was right after Lee Harker, the main protagonist. She has a psychic hunch, if you will,
Mm-hmm.
that the person that they're looking for is in that house specifically.
Right.
You know, separate killer from Longlegs is just the beginning of the movie. And afterwards, they have her in that room, that dark room with that projector,
Mm-hmm.
and they're flashing different images.
Right.
And they say, just give us the first word that comes to mind, like a word association thing. And I forget what mother was. She said they flashed an image and she said mother.
Mm-hmm.
They flashed another image, which was that upside down triangle, and she says father, which I thought was very interesting because we come
That's
to
fun.
learn that's the symbol of Satan, the upside down triangle.
Hmm.
So that's interesting because Satan is, the antagonist,
The
if
big
you will.
bad.
He's the man downstairs.
Right.
Oh, such a creepy thing to say.
A little
The
bit.
man downstairs.
Yeah.
Pretty explicit. Like it's like that makes sense.
Yeah. That's cool. I mean, I'll have to watch it again to catch that. That seems pretty rad. That's fun.
Yeah.
I like when movies do that
But me too.
because it's telling you like it's just kind of throwing it out there, like, hey, here's the ending of the movie, but you
Yeah.
just don't know it yet.
Yeah.
And like, I'm sure because right after the images, they did the numbers, and I don't remember what numbers she said, but once she kind of puts the numbers together later, I'm sure if you go back, she's probably reading the exact numbers because like it's probably just all in her head.
Mm-hmm. There's definitely some things that, I could go for a third watch just to get everything out. But it's pretty well crafted, I would say. It's a thriller, the way it develops.
They don't really go into how she knew that dude was in that house, though, right? Like,
no, she's just supposed to be psychic, and there's nothing. There's no. Well,
do you think it has anything to do with her being a survivor?
That makes sense. Yeah, maybe it has something to do with her association with Longlegs.
Yeah, because they don't really go into that too much.
They don't go into too much.
Like how she knew.
They don't explain it too much when it comes to the supernatural aspects of the movie.
Satan, folks, Satan works in mysterious ways.
Exactly.
So you just gotta, keep that in mind.
You're right. Yeah, the whole dolls with the metal balls in their heads and the dust that comes out. I guess that's supposed to be the devil magic.
Right.
Voodoo shit and
Satan spirit.
Yeah, and like she's under some kind of spell. Like when the mom blows the doll's head off, you see the dark dust just kind of
comes out of her as well as the doll's head,
and the doll's head, so maybe it was some sort of spell that she was kind of under control in the sense that she couldn't remember the events from her childhood.
Right.
It was very sinister the whole time. Watching the first time and the second time, I was getting a vibe of kind of like, I don't want to get too dark, but like child sexual ritual abuse.
Sure.
If you could dive into like Pizzagate type shit like that. Like this idea of, I don't know, kind of like ritually abusing a child and having their memory repressed because of the trauma that they endure.
True.
I don't know. It seemed to parallel things like that.
A little bit. Yeah, I could see that. I wonder why he chose her family as well, because no dad. And the common denominator with all the other massacres were that the doll would get into the dad's head and the dad would kill everybody. But no dad with the Harker family. Or at least no dad shown or even mentioned.
No, yeah. I guess, there was no dad. But the doll definitely has a control over everybody in the sense, but it always seems to be the dad that does the murdering.
So I wonder who was, if not the mom pleading and offering to help the rage cage, who would have done those murders? Because I don't think that was his first murder. So you can't chalk it up to like, oh, it's his first time, so he would do it, and then he learned the whole doll thing. But they didn't have a doll neither, so maybe...
Yeah, I'm not sure about the motivation, I suppose, behind it all.
Are we poking holes in this movie? Oh,
maybe,
shit.
But the problem is it's not explained enough in the movie, so you're forced to kind of draw your own conclusions. But as far as the rage cage and his association with the FBI agent's family, her and her mom, it seemed to be kind of part of his plan, but not in the sense that he needed somebody to help. It was just kind of like a nasty, sinister idea to make the mom carry out these horrendous acts.
Right. I don't know. He was definitely going to kill the mom, though, I think, right? I mean, he had her all tied up.
Yeah, so for whatever reason, they made a deal that he wouldn't harm. I don't know. Yeah. Well, now you bring up the dad thing. Maybe the dad was the essential component in the murdering of the families, and because there was no father in the house, that the mother wouldn't. Yeah. Maybe.
It makes you wonder, because like it's definitely alluded that Rage Cage was like possessed on some level. Like definitely a little touched in the head, but that would just make it easier to be possessed. Like he would become the avatar for Satan to do his stuff. Fuck, I don't know where I was going with that shit. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with a lot of this. I don't have a lot of the movie worked out
Yeah.
in my head, to be honest. Some of
Yeah.
some of it's still kind of fuzzy. Just kind of went along with the ride.
You don't have any dolls in here, do you? I mean,
I have like a figurine of some kind. It doesn't have opposable limbs though.
yeah.
So.
I like how the story was told, and I thought it was drawn out really, really well.
Yeah.
And then the ending was a little quick.
Yes.
Like once they piece it together, it's just you're on one of those moving escalators in the airport,
Right.
and you just woof. It's kind of just done. It's kind of over.
Totally. Yeah. As soon as Nick Cage bashes his face in.
Yeah.
It
From
just
from
goes
there,
from there.
the roller coaster drops.
Yeah. Yeah. Which I kind of appreciated. It's like, all right. I guess
Yeah.
we can get to. Maybe they could have like made it more of a mystery. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, kind of a.
I definitely wish the ending was a little bit more fleshed out,
Mm.
but it didn't leave me like confused or anything. Like, I mean, yeah,
Right.
there's your questions and your theories, like with any movie, but it didn't leave me like unsatisfied.
Yeah, same.
It ended quickly, but I still liked it.
I mean, when you end the movie with "Get it on,
Right.
bang it go, get it on," it's like, how could you hate it?
Yeah.
I love when movies do that. It kind of opened with like a pretty upbeat rock song. It's a very cool contrast between the very dark.
Sure. The director's
somber
definitely
tone.
a fan of T-Rex
T-Rex, you're right.
because it opens up with lyrics on screen of a T-Rex song.
Oh, was that
Yeah.
T-Rex song?
Mhm.
Oh,
And then it closes out with a T-Rex song.
yeah,
So that's pretty rad.
yeah, it's pretty rad.
Pretty rad.
But
Director, you were saying is Psycho's son.
yes,
pretty
Anthony
rad.
Perkins' son, Osgood Perkins.
Osgood.
Osgood.
Where are they from? What kind of name is Osgood?
I don't know, but they're American. I know
Really?
Anthony Perkins was American, so I assume his son is.
You get Osgood from the States?
Well, they're actors. They're all artsy fartsy.
That's true.
But
I'm going to name my daughter Chandelier.
exactly. All's good. All's good. All's good.
Oh, there we go.
Maybe.
Maybe that's what he told his wife. Like they hadn't picked a name out yet, and she just went through like 17 hours of labor. She's crying and covered in blood. And he's like, "All's good, all's good." And then she's all hopped up on epidural. She's like, "I like it."
Yeah. That's a good origin name.
Maybe.
But yeah, he's made a few movies.
What else
I don't
has
know if
he
you've
done?
seen them. He made a movie called The Black Coat's Daughter. Kind of a more independent sleeper horror, also about demonic possession, and kind of similar vibe to this
Okay.
movie. I thought this one was a little bit better. Black Coat's Daughter was cool, but some of the plot points were a little shoddy. I thought this was a stronger.
Did he write this as well?
Yeah, he wrote
Nice.
this one.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it was cool. Like you said, it kind of had that Silence of the Lambs vibe.
Yeah.
But then you get to the paranormal stuff where it's like, oh,
Yeah.
you
That's
think,
true.
all right, maybe this is just like a simple, procedural detective
Right.
story, and then it's like,
Right.
oh, there's supernatural elements, which I guess is kind of already
Curveball, Satan,
Yeah, which
strike 3.
they show him throughout the movie.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things. The movie, it's like, okay, is this just a person's imagination?
Right.
or whatever? So, but
Yeah, Silence of the Lambs definitely didn't have any supernatural aspects in it. It just had creepy ass Buffalo Bill cross dressing and dropping lotion to people in a hole.
right,
A little bit satanic, but not quite Satan.
we're both very deranged
Toes the line.
killers. Yeah, those are my favorite kind of movies. Those
Mm.
procedural crime
Yeah.
movies. And if you want to throw some supernatural elements into it, I'm open to it.
Yeah,
a lot of people didn't like that aspect of the movie. I think when that started to happen, I guess it lost a lot of the audience.
Yeah, boring ass Christians.
Yeah, exactly.
They just want to watch regular murders. God forbid Satan kills a couple people.
Yeah, dude. We only murder if God tells us, not
Right,
Satan.
right. Then the Christians get their crosses in a bunch.
But yeah. Overall, I'd give it maybe like four schmeckles.
Yeah,
4.5 schmeckles out of 5, maybe
I think out of 5, I'd give it a strong 3.5.
3.5. Yeah.
Like in between 3.5 and 4.
I didn't love. I liked it a little bit more the second time watching it. I was okay with it, maybe because I was expecting it. But the first time watching it, when the mom is kind of explaining exactly what's happening to the daughter, kind of felt a little, what's the word?
Like hand-holdy.
Yeah. A little hand-holdy.
Yeah. I'll admit, I mean, that part made me feel good holding my hand because I'm like, oh, I felt smart for a second. I get it now.
Yeah.
But
there was a line where it's like, she was a nurse, but now she murders families. I was like, oh, is that what she's doing? Okay. It's not a big deal,
Right.
but it's just like a little instance where I'm like, show, don't tell.
Right. Well, they kind of did a little bit of both.
They did a little bit of
She
both.
was
It wasn't
narrating
over-explaining.
while showing.
Right.
Yeah.
What's that term? Exposition.
There
yeah.
we go.
Thank you. A little. Yeah, you got to toe the line when it comes to like exposition. You don't want to. Yeah. Because then it quickly turns into, this is a movie, and we're telling you how it is.
Right.
How it is happening, how it's unfolding.
True.
So yeah, but other than that, yeah, it was a very unique kind of horror movie, I guess, and just the way it's presented. Even some of the plot points with like the dolls and using them. I guess it's not totally original, but just the way they kind of presented all these elements of basically demonic possession.
Sure. Yeah. A lot of creepy visuals.
For sure.
There's Bahamut a bunch of times in the movie, like in the background. You're not meant.
Did you say Bahamut?
Yeah. Bahamut.
Is that how you say that?
How you
The Baphomet?
Baphomet. There we go. I'm sorry. I'm not best friends with the demon. I don't know how to say his name. That's how you know I'm a good Christian boy.
Right. Me neither. I'm not, but
I don't know.
Yo, put respect on his name, all right?
My bad.
Put
Please don't show up in my backseat later.
Just kidding, all right? He's not my boy, all right?
God, I'm gonna be
Jesus all the way.
I'm gonna be so pissed if I see Nicolas Cage in the middle of the road on my drive home. Like, God damn it! I did this to myself.
Dude, he was great in the movie, man.
He was
super
so
unsettling.
fucking creepy.
He was. A lot of people were saying, "Oh, he's a little too Nick Cagey. He's getting a little too
what
over the top." You know, how Nick Cage is over the top, but for me, it was perfect.
Who complains about that?
Right.
Like,
But
it's fun.
I don't know. For some people, I guess it took them out of it. Like they weren't afraid of the character. But for me, it all worked for me.
Anybody who's not afraid of Nick Cage in that movie is probably friends with that type of person in real life. You're friends with somebody who kidnaps kids if you are not fucking horrified of Nick Cage in that movie.
Agreed.
He was creepy. He looked creepy. He spoke creepy. He moved creepy. Like everything he did. He was great in that movie. Fantastic.
Yeah, the scene. I guess it's not technically the opening scene, but it is. But further down the line, they show more and more of that opening scene where he visits the little girl who happens to be the FBI agent. The way he's just kind of singing.
Yeah.
And like this weird, I don't know, maybe he's quoting a song. I don't know.
It almost felt like a curse.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
He's laying a curse on him.
They were meaningless lyrics. They were it's just meant to make the character seem weird. But it felt like a curse.
Well, some of the lyrics I would say were just actually pretty explicit. The ones where he's saying basically saying, if you don't play nice, then I'll come back not once, not twice, but anytime I like. It's very explicitly evil.
Yeah, exactly.
Devil shit doing, yeah, dude.
Now, do you think that was him speaking, or was that Budapest speaking through him?
Gonna say his name wrong the whole time.
Was that Bubba Ray Dudley, or was that Nick Cage?
At least say Beelzebub or someone like an actual devil. Budapest. No, I really don't know, to be honest. I don't. I just see him as an agent of the devil. You know, I've always seen him as he's aware of what he's doing. He's just the devil's right hand man. He's just there for it. But yeah, I don't know. I kind of like that they don't really go into his motivations a lot when it comes to the killers and weird antagonists like that, you don't got to over-explain their origin.
Yeah,
Just
that's
leave
true.
that mystery to me. You were saying earlier, like, why you think they made his face look like that?
Oh
Well,
yeah, I mean, he just looked fucking weird, dude. Like a lot of prosthetics.
somebody on the internet said he looks he looks a bit like Jennifer Coolidge.
Oh my god, it makes me want a hot dog real bad.
But they're not wrong. I can kind of see it.
I mean, now that I think about it, I didn't notice it then.
Yeah,
I don't like thinking of Stifler's mom in that light. Okay, I like Stifler's mom being hot, not looking like Nicolas Cage in Longlegs.
Well, she was looking kind of hot, but that was like 20-something years ago.
Well, that's the memory that I'm taking with me
Right.
to the grave.
These days, she's probably looking a little bit like Longlegs, you know.
Eek.
But I thought that was funny.
That's Stifler's dad's problem, not mine, or Finch's problem. I
Oh
guess.
my god, yeah. But yeah, a lot of cool scenes, a lot of like
Yeah.
very creepy. Like when she sees him outside of her house, and she
Mm.
goes out there, she
Yeah.
just sees a silhouette in the forest in
just
the mist.
standing there like Jason.
Yeah.
With the hair
The
and
hair.
just standing there all weird.
She goes out there, doesn't see him. It's like one shot
Yeah.
in the front of her, like a tracking shot, doesn't see her.
Yeah.
One shot, and then she turns around. You can see the house in the back, and you see him just walking around her
Yeah,
house.
you see him just
So
in there.
creepy, you know,
Fucking weird.
Just long
dude.
legging all over the place.
Right, just
you know?
lanky walking.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I'm gonna long leg here. I'm gonna long leg there.
Ugh.
I'm a long leg anywhere. You know, just fucking.
See, I'm starting to get scared of you. I do not like this character at all, man. I'm gonna see him in my dreams
I know.
tonight.
Ugh.
Fun, but overall fun.
Very explicitly Satan. I find like a lot of demonic or devil horror movies.
They try to hide it a little
Yeah,
bit.
it's always like, I don't know. It's like
Yeah.
Beelzebub or fucking Paimon from
Sure.
Hereditary or something like. Here it's like, no, it's Satan. all
Yeah,
right?
no,
let's not beat around the bush.
Right.
Okay, they're saying
Let's not
Hail
beat around the
Satan.
burning bush.
Right.
This is Satan. Jesus. Oh man, yeah. A lot of explicit, like you were saying before, a lot of like really cool demonic imagery,
Mm.
like all the shadow demons. Some of them were blatant, some of them were like hidden in the back, and you kind of, if you were looking for it, you'd find it. I caught, like I was saying, like 3 or 4 of them. Whenever they showed the dolls with the veil on them, there was always that creepy demon face underneath that would fade in and out.
Oh yeah, that creeped me out every time.
Yeah,
those
yeah.
glowing red eyes.
Creep me out, but I tell you what, I mean, if that were in my home, it would take me over because I was looking in that bitch's eyes every single time.
Yeah, they're pretty hypnotic.
Couldn't help it. I was like, is that a demon under that veil? Yes,
Yeah.
it is, and it's gonna make you kill your family.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy shit.
Yeah, that's like I said, there's a very interesting aspect to the plot. Like, yeah, so a demonic entity making you murder your family. I don't know. I've
pretty
never
wild.
seen anything like that before.
Pretty wild.
Which was
Little hint of Halloween 3 in there.
Season of the Witch.
Yeah, like the mask that,
Oh yeah.
you know, the outside thing that causes the bad thing.
Right.
But it's all, you know, Satan at its base. I mean, even though in Season of the Witch, the mask was like killing kids and shit. It wasn't making anybody go crazy and kill their family. It would just like
Right.
melt your head and make you throw up bugs or something.
But yeah, there's some sort of entity, whether it's
Right,
the
right,
devil or some sort of weird corporation that's kind of mind controlling these people or these kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, very interesting plot point. You know, and it's something I would imagine, you know, the devil would do. It's like
Right.
the idea of
The devil would be a sneaky little cunt like that.
yeah, but destroying families. You know what I mean? Just like
Ugh.
that being his what gets him off is like,
Yeah.
you know, a family murdering each other.
Right. Ugh.
You know, that's his ultimate goal.
Now
is
that
destroy the nuclear family. That's what they want to do. That's what the devil wants to do. The devil worshippers. Goddamn devil worshippers. Want to have sex with little kids.
them and the gay frogs.
I like big women. Yeah. But
The house that they go to in the beginning, where the dude shoots the other cop. So that was the most recent, I guess, victim, right? Like, was that the dad of the most recent murder? Because what were they looking for, right? Like,
Yeah, that honestly never occurred to me. I wasn't. I guess I wasn't paying enough attention. Like, was he part of that whole Longlegs thing? Because in my mind, it was something totally separate. But in the opening scene, I think they mentioned they don't really go. Do they go into the open? The
I don't
opening
think
scene
so.
is well, besides the Nick Cage. Right after that is the FBI having their meeting and saying
Right.
they're gonna knock
Yeah.
on doors just like in the movies.
Right.
Yada yada
Right.
yada. I don't remember if they explained the case that they were
I don't.
casing.
I don't think they did. No. But you know,
Hmm.
when then she goes in the house and like everything is all tarped up and everything, so it kind of
Right.
makes me wonder, you know, was that the most recent one in that long list of just dads killing their families and stuff? Like now looking back on it, I'm kind of surprised that maybe the movie didn't show a doll, because it would have been early enough that you don't know what you're seeing. But like we were saying before, with the hints and the clues that they throw in the beginning of the movie, it could have been one of those. If they show a doll, I don't know that that's significant yet. And then when I get to the end of the movie, I go, oh shit, they showed a doll in the beginning.
Yeah.
But they didn't. They just kind of showed the tarped up house, and then the dad
Right.
in the room goes quietly.
Yeah, I should have been paying more attention. I don't remember if that scene is related to the other crimes. I don't remember at all.
Interesting.
But when they arrest him, he's like, "Yeah, book me."
Yeah,
Like,
he's
was
chilling.
Like, yeah, so I don't even remember what that was. But speaking of like the dolls, and I think that's kind of why they went with that look for Nick Cage, because his face looks like a prosthetic,
Yeah.
which it is
Yeah. Right.
in
right.
real life in the movie.
And
But
they
kinda
even
gives them
do it
that-
at
yeah.
they do it at one point. They show an unfinished doll's face, and then they transition straight into his.
You know, I just realized
Nick Cage is a doll.
exactly because
My
he bashes his face in. Out, he has, you know, and then
That nose.
maybe his whole maybe the Satan dust came out of him, and then I don't know,
that would have been cool.
keeps doing his
Yeah.
Satan stuff, just like with the dolls.
That pesky knucklehead Satan.
Whoa, dude, that's an interesting. That seems so obvious. I didn't even think
We
of it
just
until
wrote
now.
the sequel. Osgood, give us a fucking call.
Long leg ear.
Longlegs too. Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah,
Electric Leg Boogaloo.
long leggings. Yeah, no. If there's a horror movie that should not have a sequel, it's that one.
Absolutely.
Just yeah.
Yep.
No, very cool. One of the best horror movies of the past few years, I think.
Definitely. It was a lot of fun.
We've been having some good ones this year, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's definitely up there. What else to say about this movie? I mean, I could probably go on. I'm just
Watch it, buy it, give it your money. It was good. It was worth the money.
yeah.
Absolutely. Own it. Don't stream it. That way you can hold on to it forever for when they shut the grid down and you can't watch movies anymore.
This would be a movie that'll cheer you up when it's Civil War. And
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
and it's
when shit
martial law.
gets when shit gets really rough.
It could be worse, you know.
Yeah,
You
when
can
shit
watch-
gets really rough, Nick Cage and Bangladesh, they're gonna make you feel great. They're gonna make you feel real good about the state of the world in just a few weeks.
Yeah, right. But no, yeah, it's a good spooky movie for
Yeah.
spooky season. So
Spooky movie for spooky season.
yeah, yeah, 4 schmackles out of 5.
3-5.
Solid.
And that's Longlegs, ladies and gentlemen.